much on the top of things. Flexibility is required because, let's be also clear, changes are also opportunities. There are on one hand there are threats and difficulties, but they're also an opportunity for you to go after. And what you need here is people who think fast, because Vietnam is on the move, regulations change, you have the international environment, you have to fit in. For example, in my case, we're working on the EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement, many tax issues. Vietnam has many, many agreements, rules, regulations globally they have to adhere to. Sometimes the government or the tax authorities don't know what they're doing because they're so overloaded. But in the end, they don't care. It's your problem. You have to work with them to fix it from your side. So you have to be fast and be on the ball. Also clear, and to be honest, the area of taxes is sometimes on purpose opaque. Opaque means if it's not clear, then you can rule either this way or that way. Where I come from, in Germany, it's maybe more clear. I'm not saying which one's better, but you have to deal with an opaque area. What does that mean? That means that topics like accountability, transparency, and compliance become much more difficult. I always say, as long as Vietnam would deal only internally with its accounting system, they can do whatever they want. But fortunately or unfortunately, most of you work also for companies that have an international background or an international connection. And there, these topics are extremely important because Vietnam is not the only tax authority in the world. But you have others, and if you work for an international company, you will also have to adhere to standards in the country of your host nation or your host company. So keep that in mind, and I realize it's not always easy. What are the opportunities? Well, the opportunities are there especially when we are allowed to present our position to the authorities, be it the local tax guy, be it somebody further up. Recently, on an issue we had at Mercedes-Benz Vietnam, we went to actually one of the key players and explained our situation. Vice Minister for Finance, we talked to him, and the point was you need a good track record. So if you look at Mercedes-Benz Vietnam, I think we're adhere to the higher standards. We get I'm not sure my CFO is always happy about that, but we get always top Ho Chi Minh Taxpayers Award for, I don't know, 10 years in a row. So this is the background, or this is the kind of picture. But if you prove and can prove that you've done your job well in the past, I think then you're also legitimized to make a demand and explain that what your situation is. So this is the opportunity, but you have to raise your voice, and you have to, as the tax seminar title says, you have to grasp the opportunities.